What is up, guys? Back with a new video, part number 3 of the makeover of my mother's garden spot. As you can see, the way I transport things and the way the entrance looks to the garden area. We're going to walk right through here, and I will be doing the entrance because it looks like a jungle. It's been exactly, well, not exactly, it's been a little bit over a year since the first time when I got rid of all the ivy. As you can see here now, the ivy has not taken over anymore. It's all wildflowers and wild grass, which is awesome. So that means the soil is actually getting some light and stuff is growing in it. And just starting off the bat with preparing the pathway. My mother was worried that the ivy from the other garden spots were going to come over, so I said, I'll just cut off everything in the path and make a nice path and make sure it doesn't come over and attack, because that stuff is super aggressive. And if you guys watched the first two videos, it was not easy getting rid of it. Further doing the path, as you can see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It was moving right over the path towards my mom's garden spot, so I had to get that all cut down. I didn't even surprised how good the path actually looks by the end of it, which I was surprised. And more, just mowing it down before I hit it with the weed eater to clear it up, because there's stuff growing all in between. There's actually stones in between that you can walk on, which you'll see eventually. And there we go, the weed eater. But I was really happy that the ivy did not come back really bad, and that there was actually grass growing, or not grass, but the wildflowers. So that was a good sign, in my opinion, that it made a difference. And I actually didn't plan on doing the path, but when I got there, I thought, oh, okay. Since out of all the people who have a garden spot there's only about 2 or 3 people that actually use it or do anything, or even able to use it because of the ivy. As you see to my left that is actually a garden spot, and it's all ivy. I mean, it's a couple days of work, but you can do it, and it's worth it in the end, because as you'll see later on, my mom's garden spot is really good looking and usable now. Just more and more weed eating the path now, cutting everything down so we actually have a path. So my mom can get there safe. The neighbors were pretty happy about it, the ones who do use it. So who knows? Maybe it motivates them a little bit to do some in their garden spot, because it's pretty rare to have a garden spot in the city. And I mean, the weather's been great so far. It's been really hot actually, but it was awesome. It wasn't too hot on Saturday, so that was good. And then I remembered that there was a giant amphora there that had broken, and just never brought it to the trash. So now I had to clean it up again, and it'll be gone next time. Then some more debris that was laying around. I don't know if it looks somewhere like someone cut it down. But like I said, that entire garden area to the back too is actually where you would go to that garden area, but it's completely full. And this is where the fun begins. The garden spot itself, get to weed whack everything, which is the best part in my opinion. The most fun and satisfying and really noticeable. And I was surprised actually how fast it all went. I thought, it could be tough depending on what grew, but like I said, since it's all wildflowers and everything, and not really weeds in my opinion, really cut down nice. Pretty quick. I do need to get some better cord for the weed eater, because what I have on there originally, what I had gotten, well, I didn't buy it, but it was bought for me by my landlord to do the yard, it's not very good. Definitely need more sturdier kind. Especially when it comes to concrete or anything hard, the cord just No chance. That's why I had to edit this one a little more, because I had to stop twice to redo the cord because it got worn out while it was gone. Yeah, you wouldn't have thought that these weeds would really eat up your cord. And just more and more hacking it down. This was really fun, actually. I had a really good time. And what you see in the ground, it's not grass. It's just, of course, the debris. It's still mostly dirt. Later on, you'll see once I rake it. The last pile that was left there from the first time I did it actually all turned into soil, which was awesome. So later on, I do rake up some of it, but next time I'll probably, if it were to get higher again, I would just leave most of it as its own mulch, or to turn into mulch. As you can see on the right side, there's a little pile there. That was all the debris that was left over last time, which turned into dirt. So next time I'll have to even out the ground a little more. But it was looking good. What I'm looking forward to showing later in the video is the tree to my left that I actually thought was dead because of all the vines that choked the tree out. And it did look dead. And it's surprisingly not dead. It actually is growing little branches. Which was great because I was actually going to come and cut it down this time and probably dig it out and move it out of the way. But now we have a tree there, so that's not going anywhere now. It's going to hopefully grow. The top, the canopy was looking really nice, actually, you'll see later on. And then it's growing on little branches, as you can see. So that was really cool. My mom said, yeah, the tree is not dead. I thought, no way. But a lot of the trees are getting choked out there by all the ivy. I did let some of the ivy grow on the left, you can see on the wall some, but it was already trying to creep back on the tree, which I removed. But I will let the ivy grow a little bit because it looks nice. And then you can see here is the tree. It's actually growing. It's alive. Not the prettiest tree, but it's an alive tree. And then you see all the old vines still hanging from the top of it, or the middle of it practically, which I did then remove to give the tree doesn't have to carry all that weight of all that junk hanging down there. And then over the neighbor's garden area, cut the rest of that down a little bit, at least as good as I can get. Not exactly the exact tool you need to do it, but it, because some of it doesn't cut. It's supposed to cut this stuff. It doesn't cut large branches, but it's working. I'm gonna cut some more of the other dead stuff that's hanging there because I annihilated that ivy the first time. And then the other bush, just trimming it up, just getting a little bit. Not really much you can do. Just wanted to cut it down a little bit. Give it a little bit of shape, even though it has none. And then the big hedge, I wanted to get that nice and straight. Looks nice. Nice straight line, nice entrance there. It's another fun thing to do, just getting better at it. And then the trimmer that I have is not exactly optimal for it either, since it's way too long, but who knows, maybe one day I'll get like a little hedge trimmer. I don't know. Right now it's not financially worth getting it because I don't do enough groundkeeping or yard work to buy one. Which I would totally get one that's battery powered because it's just not too noisy and it's on the light side. It's not really on the light side. That's probably lighter than one with gas, but I prefer not to use the gasoline ones, just use the battery ones. It's easier for me. And then the least fun part, which is cleaning up all this stuff. I did load up both trash cans, so I hope no one is angry that their biological trash cans are filled until Tuesday. But, the rest I sort of just spread out a little bit and just use it for mulch. Let it just work in there into the ground. And now coming up is the reveal. And looks pretty good, I think. It came out pretty well. We actually have a path. And then walking down, I left a little bit of the grass there just to make a little divider. And then you can see, super clean. Still got the nice wall there. And we'll try to not let it get completely filled with ivy. As you can see, those chairs and everything are not part of our property. It's not ours. It's our neighbor's. So a little bit of an eyesore in my opinion. But it's not mine. And there you go. The tree lives. And that is awesome. Hoping it's big and green. And then from inside out view, looking good. And from left to right. Nice little quiet spot. Came out really well. And sort of the entrance area, which we made the entrance. Or decided that was going to be the entrance area. Got the big tree. That tree also was looking a lot better that the ivy was gone. And it's also, it wasn't dead, but it's making more plants or more branches, which is really great. And that wraps it up. Thanks for watching.